Well, it's time. A time for what, you might ask? Well, for everyone, it's a different time. So I'm thinking, it's time for some people, December 26th. And other people wait till New Year's Day. And then other people wait till Valentine's Day. It all depends on when it's your time and what that means. Now, I'm talking about time that we take down the tree. Now, I didn't grow up with a lot of Christmas holiday things happening, so I have made up for it. And normally, I just enjoy the season from the day after Thanksgiving until I get tired of it. And I used to always have one tree, the snowman tree, that we did not take it down until the snow left. And that could be as late as May. And I enjoyed it. However, this year, we just have mud everywhere. There isn't any more snow. So I think I'm going to take my tree down. I think it's time. And I think it's time for several reasons. But probably not the reasons you might think about. I can't see out my front window. Now, my tree is big, and it's in the room, the front room with a vaulted ceiling, so it's a 9-foot tree. And it's a thin 9-foot tree. Most people would think of a 9-foot tree being a good size, but it's a thinner one, and it's on the slim version. Maybe too slim in some ways, but the reason why you want a 9-foot tree is because it's full and filled out and gorgeous. But it does take up my window view. Now, coming in from the road, like the other night when it was so dense fog, I could at least see the lights in the window and knew I just kind of had to aim for the house where the lights were blinking and then turn right so I didn't hit the house. But it's time we take it down. Now, there's many different ways people take down trees. Some do it as painstakingly as they take them, put the tree up. Others just take it down, throw it in the box. I might be slightly kind of maybe guilty of just taking it down and putting it in the box, because then the next year when we go to put it up, Jim will say, well, why didn't you pack it and check the lights before you put it away? But I think sometimes when we take things down, we're done. And done sometimes is just over with, and we just don't want to we don't put on the Christmas music generally to take down the tree that we do to put up the tree. So we take down things, the decorations, we take the lights off. Now, taking the lights off, you take the ornaments off first, but then you take the lights off. And maybe today I will start a new leaf and I will check them to make sure they all still work. But there is a genie somewhere that crawls into where I store everything that just messes them up by next year. Anyway, my big tree that I'm taking down is my gnome tree. Not Nome, Alaska, gnome, Gnome, those cute little hairy figures that have really no personality except they have hair all over them. And I take and put the ornaments down, all the kids' and grandkids, and it's kind of a neat thing to take them down and look at them. But then as the tree becomes more bare all the time, then I start seeing its imperfections. I start seeing all the needles that have fallen off on the floor. Even though it's an artificial tree, it's got these needles and they're everywhere. And then I get it down and it's over. The time had come and the time is over. I've taken down the outward evidence of Christmas, but hopefully I leave the inward change. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, this morning in Sunday school, we talked about baby Jesus, and we talked about Mary pondering. And Mary pondered in her heart all these things, and she had 30-some years to ponder. And she pondered all the ways that Jesus changed as he grew up. Now, it's really neat to have Jesus be a baby in a manger, but what changed our lives is that he grew up. And so, has my inward character changed? Am I allowing myself to grow up, or am I allowing myself to just leave the baby in the manger under the tree and want to keep it that way? Because actually, babies stay where they're put. They cry and they make messes and stuff like that, but they relatively stay where they're put. And they get a little older, you can put them in a playpen or a crib, and they kind of stay there. But when they grow, they get independent, and they have a mind of their own, and they talk back. I wonder if Jesus is looking down at us and going, oh, they're growing up. And of course, Jesus would do it in an exciting way, not oh no, she's growing up. Am I Am I changing? Am I growing up with the beauty of Christmas? Or am I just taking down the tree and going, okay, till next Thanksgiving, I'm just going to go back to being a baby and want my own way and cry and whine? Or am I going to grow up? Am I going to change? Am I going to let the beauty of Christmas be a part of what makes me be more loving, more kind, more adventurous? Okay, I don't need a lot of help in that, but I love adventure. Just something to think about. I hope your tree comes down easily. Mine's big, so I'm sure we'll have some stories to tell. Have a good one.